Welcome to Wild West Garage. My name's Morgan, and this is a 2007 Acura MDX. I've got to change the rad in this car, and I've never worked on one of these before. I'm a 40-year veteran mechanic, but I don't know everything. Doctors know everything about the human body, but I don't know everything about every car that was ever built. So what do? I go on YouTube, find a couple of videos on how to change the rad, watch 2 of them. Something didn't really sit right with me, and now I know why, because I've got the rad out of this car already. It's right there, and I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I did. And there's the forward, guys, for anybody that is watching and knows anything about this. There it is, making good progress on it. Okay, so like I said, I got the rad out. The rad is right there, and this is the scenario. Okay, first video I watched, the guy goes right in at this thing and he's pulling the bumper off, the bumper cover off. He's pulling the headlights out. And I'm thinking, oh man, this is a huge job. I don't want to pull the bumper cover off. But I guess if you got to do it, you got to do it, right? So anyways, and the other weird thing I didn't understand is this. The hood latch assembly. He didn't unbolt it. So this thing is right here over top of everything that's got to come out of here, like the rad. And so then I thought, okay, well, if you leave that on, yeah, you gotta pull the bumper cover off, because you can't lean the rad out far enough to get it out with the headlights and everything in there. So if you leave the head latch on, go ahead, pull the bumper cover off. That's the only way you're going to get the rad out of there. And then he pulled the fans out. Which isn't really necessary. You can pull the rad up a little bit and jiggle the fans around and get them past the water necks and everything. And so it came apart that way, so hopefully it's going to go back together that way. And also this thing here, it bolts to the top of the rad support. Yeah, I had to bend it back a bit just to, help myself out a bit, but as you can see, it goes right back there. The hole lines up, so it's not mangled or anything. It might be sprung a bit down there, but like it's fine. I'm not mangling it. It's going to go right back together just fine. And yeah, so there's underneath, there's 4 screws that you got to undo that hold the fans on and some other bracketry. And there's 2, I guess they're transmission cooler lines, and of course a rad hose. So the only the one cooler line fitting just ripped right out of the bottom of the rad. I guess it's rotten there or whatever. It wasn't screwed in properly. Just pulled the threads out and just. But the other one, I had a problem. The hose clamp where you engage the socket, it was facing in a direction that I couldn't get a socket onto. So I just took a pair of pliers, like channel lock pliers, grabbed the clamp and just rotated it until I could get a socket on it. And yeah, and then the lower rad hose was a little bit difficult to like it didn't want to come out at first, so I just took channel lock pliers again and squeezed the hose, and just kind of, because it's a plastic rad, it just kind of squished that down a bit, and then it just came right off. So anyways, I'm going to put this back in. I'm going to set up the camera so you can watch me put it back in, and hopefully everything goes okay. I've got an hour into this so far without really working too hard. The bottom screw on this side gave me a bit of grief. I couldn't I had difficulty getting the socket on the head of the bolt, and then it was really tight. I thought it was actually spinning the nut in the rad, but it eventually came out. So anyways, bumper, headlights still on car. Totally unnecessary to do this job. I don't know where these people get these ideas, but maybe that's the procedure for the Acura service manual. I don't know. And the reason they said that you had to take the headlights out, I think, I'm not going to go back and watch these videos, you can watch them if you want, is to get these two screws out. There's a screw there and a screw there that are sort of behind the headlight, but that's what Mr. Box End Ratchet Wrench is for. And yes, I am working on a pit, which makes it easier for accessing the bottom of the car, but you could jack your car up, you know, a couple feet off the ground and still get good access underneath to get out all that stuff. There's 4 screws. Well, there's a whole bunch of clips holding like this thing on. Not that thing. It's down there. You can't see it. There's a splash shield. There's a bunch of these clips like this. You got to pop out the center and then they come out. Give you a little look down here too. So one thing I did have to do is I just, when I was down there, I pushed the rad up and put this piece of 3/8 plate in there just to hold the rad up a little bit so I could more easily get at the screws. It looks like it's a mount for the rad right there, which is looking a bit chewed up or something. It's kind of weird. I guess it goes this way. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, just jiggle these fan shrouds. There's a lot of connections on the back of them and whatnot, so why pull them out if you don't have to? Okay, so I've got this. Here's the new rad, and don't forget to change this sensor from the old rad. And I'm going to make a confession here. I've already had this rad in here once, but I had an issue with the rubber mount down here at the bottom. It was, I'll show you. It was deformed, so this would go into it, and then it would squeeze it back out. So it kept, and so I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I just went ahead and pulled the whole thing out. And I kind of messed up some of the fins here, so I'm going to quickly fix that. Yeah, this one's a bit weird. This one's... Somebody's been in here before me. I see, and this thing was upside down or something. I see. So it's just constantly, it's a little bit deformed. So it's constantly trying to push out. So this thing was upside down in there originally. Huh. So I'm just going to cut. I think I'm just going to cut the bottom side, just the side out of this. I don't know if you can see that. See how that's kind of deformed there? Because it looks like it was upside down in there, and the rad was sitting, that little pin was sitting right here beside it, and it mashed that over. It's supposed to go in this way, and those drop in here. This one was out of place when I pulled the rod out, so I'm just gonna cut it a little bit. Help if I had a real knife, just so it can relax. It would really help if you could see what I was doing too. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Take two. Seemed to go down in there easier the first time. So we got these fittings sticking out for the transmission cooler lines, and got to kind of juggle the fan shroud around a bit to make it slip past that. There we go. And then, so if I get this onto here, so there's a couple of locator pins on the bottom of the plastic fan shroud on the left-hand side. Drop into tabs on the rad. Got to get those, and I don't think you can do that until you drop the rad right into the hole. So that one seems like it's in the right spot. This is being held. Oh, and then there's some transmission cooler lines that need to be pulled up here. There we go. I just grabbed onto the tranny. See, it seems like it's not in the right spot. Like this whole rad is wrapped to one side or something. See, it's just, it doesn't want to stay down. It's off square or something. It's not down, and it's down in there far enough, but it's not square with the car. It's in the right spot down there. It's down. It's staying down. Like we didn't want to do that before, but it's definitely, yeah, it's just not square with the car. Huh. And I don't know the history of this car. Maybe it's been in an accident, right? For all I know. Doesn't look like it, but it's just not sitting down nice. I don't think this is going to be everyone's experience doing this job. Certainly hope not. Okay, so that's, I can see the rubber mount. It's not in the hole, it's beside it. That's what the problem is. this out. It's got to go over, up and over. Why doesn't it want to come out now? Because this is underneath there. See that skin in the right place. Just had to go underneath and touchy-feely, get it in the right spot. There we go. Okay, so just don't lift it up and out of there now. Why is this thing jammed now? Okay. This is going to get in grief. What is causing this to be captured? Up on the other shroud. My goodness. So the left-hand shroud got pinched between the right-hand shroud and the rad. There we go. So that has to be. So I'm just going to loosely assemble this stuff on the top. So this rad is off square. I can't get, so I've got the top bolts in here, but the top of this needs to go this way. Yeah. Because I can't get the bolts in unless I push the fan shroud. Well, I can't get them in. I can get them close. Push the bottom of the fan shroud that way. And these are loose up here, so let's do it. I'm just going to take these out. Take one of them out. Finally getting somewhere here. So see what I mean here? If you leave this on, like I was shown in the previous video, you're not going to get this rad out of here because you won't be able to tilt it forward enough. But take this off, it comes straight out the top. I don't understand how people torture themselves, or why they torture themselves. I don't know why I'm torturing myself doing this, actually. I've got other things I could be doing. Anyways, this is for a friend. He's paying me, but it's for a friend. There we go. Clamp in place. So let's put these on and see how they line up. Looks pretty good. Still seems to be. I think it's all right. There's a left and a right to these. Look like they're the same thing. That's good. It's got to be in the right place, otherwise it wouldn't sit that nice. It's a really dirty job. Imagine getting your hands dirty working on a car. Really tight on that side, but not so tight on this side. Supposedly these are the brackets you can't get out unless you take the headlight out. Maybe you can't get it back in without taking the headlight out. There we go. One. This is in upside down. Somebody's been in this car before and messed around with it. These are the screws for there. I mean, they're not really super easy to get at, but I don't think it warrants taking the whole bumper cover and headlights out just for these 2 screws. And actually, this thing is slotted, so I wonder. I might have used the screws that go for here for something else. Yeah, I think I did. That must be. I didn't even have to take these screws all the way out. I could have just taken them part way out. Because it's got this slot here. Come on. Why is it on a thread? Okay, when you go to take these off, don't take the bolts out all the way. Boom. Make your life much easier. But because I used one of those screws for something else already, I don't know what. This maybe? Let's see here. See if I can get this one out. It's got a small washer on it. Yeah. So I'll use that there. This guy here. There we go. And the right screw for this thing. Take this stuff out of here. Start this screw somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it. There we go. Okay, screws in there. Into the slot. cooperating. I think they got, didn't quite get the washer on both sides of the slot. I'm not going to say this was a pleasant job. It was not. This was not a pleasant job. Let's line this out a bit further. Something's wrong with this thing. There you go. Keep saying that. It's just, what's wrong is it's designed by an engineer. That's what's wrong with it. Okay, remember this thing? This thing has to come off. If you don't take this off, you have to take the bumper cover and the headlights out to get the rad out. Remember that. It's very important. I don't know if the guy was afraid he wasn't going to get this back in the right spot or what. I don't know. I'm not him. I don't get it. And you can just line it up from where it was. You can see where it was. Kind of an imprint or a dirt line, dirt mark. It is adjustable. I got the rad in. Got 2 screws left up here. Nope, more than 2. I got 4 screws left up here. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. Two for the grill and 2 for the cover.
Get a new patio.
This morning.
Pressure wash it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It is nice.
Chuck says hi.
Hey.
Chuck says hi.
Oh yeah, hi Chuck.
Remember the song?
Yeah.
He's looking pretty grandpa.
He's pretty old.
Yeah. Supper's ready.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm putting a rad in. So, according to YouTube,
Yeah?
you got to take the front bumper cover off to get this rading out of here.
But you don't?
But you don't.
Are you making an updated video?
Yeah, you're on it.
Oh.
So the first video I watched, the guy, he starts right away. He's taking the bumper cover off because he says you got to take the bumper cover off. You got to take the headlights out. And the only reason I can think that you would want to do that is because you can't get at these screws.
Why do you, what?
Yeah. So okay. So the first guy, he takes the bumper cover off, but he leaves this on. He doesn't take this off. So, yeah, if you leave this on, you've got to take the bumper cover and headlights off so you can tilt the rad out far enough to get it out from under that. Anyway, so then I thought, I'm watching this video. I said, thinking, I'm kind of screaming at him. Why didn't you take the hood latch off? Like, and then I thought, well, maybe there's something I don't know because I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
So then I thought, there's got to be another video. So I watched another video, and that guy, he starts out by taking the grill out, and I'm thinking, okay, this guy's my man. He takes this off, takes the grill out, starts working on it, and then he decides he needs to take the bumper cover off and the headlights out too. I'm not going to go back and watch these guys' videos to get the reason why, but because I don't want to waste any more of my time.
Because you're done and you didn't do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't get it. It's weird.
Right on.
Yeah, supper's ready.
Yeah. Tacos. Taco Wednesday.
Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
So when I went to take this thing apart, like the grill out, some of the these clips are old, they're dry and brittle, and I couldn't push the clips out down in here just by pressing on them with something. So I ended up taking this extension and a hammer and just tapping them to get them to come out. And so some of them broke, so I just ended up zip tying the grill in down there. Yeah, call it a hack job if you want, but I'm just trying to get this job done, and that's what I had to do. So anyways, I wouldn't call this a fun job. I'm gonna take you underneath and show you where the screws are. You're gonna have to excuse me. I've got a bit of a cold, a summer cold, and it's really gone into my throat and my lungs. So anyway, bear with me. So right up in here, hopefully you can see this. I'm going to change the mode of this light. So right there, see where that little dimple is there? So you can see how that dips down there a little bit. And then there's another one over here. Dips down a little bit. Where's my light? Right in that, let's see. Yeah. Right there, there's a dip. Right here. You can see that. That's where there's a screw there. There's a screw there. And then on this side, there's no corresponding dips, but you can see right there. Changing modes again. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to touch the light to it. There's a bracket right there. See that bracket? There's a screw on that bracket. You can see it's really bright lit up now. That bracket, and then over in this area there's another screw, and you can feel all those screw heads if you just reach up under this cross member rad support, the bottom of the rad support, and they're a lot easier to get out if you push the rad up a little bit and put a block underneath it, like I think I explained that earlier. And everything comes apart pretty easy, quickly down here. So Just thought I'd show you that because I haven't taken you down here yet. And of course there's this plastic cover. Tried to show you that. This plastic cover. It goes on right in this area here. And you can see where, right there, there's where a clip goes, and another one there. I think there's 5 or 6 clips down here. There's a couple of clips that go up on the side here. Right there. There you go, there's the clip hole. So yeah, there's 5, 6 clips or something like that. Clips onto this skid plate here, this splash shield, whatever you want to call it. And that's about it. So I'm not gonna pretend that that was a pleasant job, because it wasn't. I had a lot of frustration with just poor quality of fit. Like the rad was a bit off compared to the old one, as far as where the screws went in on the right side fan. So I had to modify that a little bit, and it just didn't seem to fit in the car, like down in the mounts properly. So but anyways, it's in there. It's not leaking and it's not overheating, so that's the main thing, and it remains to be seen how long it lasts, I guess. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helped somebody, because that's kind of my main goal with this video, based on what I've seen out there on YouTube already. I just think taking the bumper off and the headlights out is a waste of time. You could probably do this job in about, I'd say, between 2 and 3 hours. You know, first time out. This is the first time out for me. Now that I know what I'm up against, you know, I could just, you know, barring fitment issues, I could go through this job in a couple hours probably. So anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.